don't exist. I don't exist. What do I mean by this? Think about yourself for a moment. Think about what you've done in life, how your parents raised you, the experiences you had at school, maybe an athletics team, or perhaps even your adult life, how you're halfway through life now, and on the day to day, people do things, you see others on the road, you listen to the news, and there's something that influences a part of you that makes you believe a little bit differently or think about something in another manner. Now, all of those experiences that you have had and no one can take away from you, they make up who you are today. But let's meet someone new real quick. Let's meet someone new and you introduce yourself. You say, "Hi, my name is," maybe shake their hand, give them a fist bump, however you say hello to someone else. You guys talk for a little bit, maybe you met through mutual friends, whatever it may be, and you go on along your way. Not a lot of chatter, just trying to be polite, not ignore the fact that someone else exists. You get together with the same group of friends. That same friend is there. And you say, "Hey, I remember you. We talked about this before." No matter how simple it may have been, maybe it was a movie that was in theaters, you know? And so you go, "Oh, yeah. How was that thing that you mentioned?" Maybe it was a movie they were going to go see. Maybe they were planning a hunting trip. Maybe they were going skiing. You ask them about it and you say, "Hey, how was that?" They respond and they ask you something about yourself. I'm describing conversation, but think about this on the next level of everything that makes you you, that you just know about yourself, the little differences in how you think, how it affects your language, how it affects your body posture, how it affects how you dress. The only thing that anyone else knows about you is what you tell them. Here's an example, even, of what's happening here and now. I'm going to paint a picture, and every single one of you will have a different picture in your mind. I'm sitting at my desk, at my computer, with a microphone in front of me, and my phone off to the side. Each one of you has a different image in your head now. And if you've been listening to these videos I make, this is all that you know about me. The only thing that you know is that I'm trying to do something different. Do something to try and make someone else's day not as bad for them. I can't even say good because that's perspective. It's subjective. I'm trying to make someone else's day not as bad. That's what I'm trying to do here. Now let's jump 5 years down the line. Let's say I'm still doing this. Let's say that I am no longer a disembodied voice in your earbuds or on your speaker or through your headphones. I'm no longer just something that you've created to have a conversation. I am a face. I am a person now. All those little nuances, all those little things in the background of who I am or what I've done, all of it is brought to the surface now. And then everything that I have said is looked back on through a specific lens. And now people will sit here and start saying, oh, well, how can you think that way? You're this. Or, oh, how can you say that when you do XYZ? But nothing has changed about who I am. The same goes for you. I don't exist. You don't exist. None of us exist because the only us that we allow everyone else to see is the us that we want everyone else to see. And the reason that we talk about true colors and how long it takes for someone to keep up a facade, we talk about those things because people try and change who they are to fit in, to be accepted by others. And it doesn't work because that's just not who they are. And maybe who they are is with a clique of individuals that they do not approve of. But they don't know any better. They don't understand the difference. Maybe they're socially awkward, don't know how to jump in and out of conversation. They have a different sense of humor than everyone else does. So they're always peculiar, you know? Maybe strange to be around and just kind of a wallflower. But they're still a person, and they still exist. Same way that you or I do. So instead of seeing with a very limited perspective of who someone else is, we should try to start understanding why they're doing what they're doing. You know? Maybe someone has made a lot of mistakes in their past and they're trying to right wrongs. Maybe someone grew up exceptionally poor and told themselves that no matter what, they were going to make sure that their kids had a better life than they did growing up. But that is as you know that person. That is not the entirety of that person. I go back to cars a lot, but think about it this way. Whenever you're driving around and someone makes a stupid move, you know? Let's say that you see the same person in the same, I don't know, in the same EV, right? Cadillac Lyriq, Tesla Cybertruck, Hyundai Ioniq, right? Take your pick. It really doesn't matter. You see the same person routinely whenever you're driving on the roads. And routinely, you see them drive a certain way or make a stupid move, whatever it is, you know? Maybe you pass by them at the grocery store, you know? You see them park, y'all walk in together. You never talk or communicate, but you see the same person. Well, over this time, you kind of create a profile about them, of how you perceive them, about you think that someone is this way, or you believe that someone is fill in the blank because you have assembled that about that person in your head. Now, what if you go and you talk to that person and you say, hey, I've seen you around, your driving habits frustrate me, and I think you dress sloppy. Why is that? Notice how I had two approaches there with one sentence instead of two. You can just leave it there and be hostile, be combative about it, or you can ask the question and say, why is that? I don't understand. This is how I've constructed you in my mind, but that you can be entirely incorrect, and more likely than not is incorrect. Of course, you'll be able to find examples of you can make inferences and assumptions about someone, and those are going to be correct. There is always going to be that circumstance. But with much more frequency than not, we are all very unique. We all live our own lives. We're all, in one capacity or another, stuck in similar situations. You know? We all have things in common, but it's how we interpret and how each of us have managed those common things and grown because of them that makes us who we are. Again, you as a person, I as a person, we as we perceive ourselves, we do not exist. Now, the perception that everyone else has of us does exist. So remember that next time that you're having a conversation with someone, or you're not sure what to say in a conversation. You know? Start thinking about life in the terms of, how do I want to be remembered? What do I want people to know me for? You know? Do I want to be known as a hard worker? Do I want my reputation to be one where I don't stick around somewhere a while? I bounce around. Do you want to be known as someone who spends their free time playing video games? Do you want to be known as someone who spends their free time socializing, going out and about, hanging out with others? Who do you want to be? It's an active choice. And at the end of the day, as long as we do what we want to, and we embody who we believe ourselves to be, then life will always pan out the way it's supposed to. So, again, thank you for listening. I appreciate those that listen to these, pay attention, whatever it may be, and I hope that someone listening to this resonates or feels that they have a little added perspective to their life. Thank you.